this video, we're going to have a go at crocheting an I-cord. Now, this isn't something I have a lot of experience with because I've done more knitted I-cords than I have crocheted ones, but also I quite often get bored and give up and end up just using some ribbon because that's just who I am. So we start with a slip knot and we start by chaining 2, okay? And then we're going to pop our hook into, we're going to skip that first one and into the very first chain that we did, draw through a loop and pull up. Okay, so we've got 2 loops on our hook. Now, this is where it's going to get a bit fiddly because I'm going to take this one and drop it off the end and try not to unravel it. And then I'm going to yarn over, draw through here, and then pop this one back on my hook, which would be enormously better if I had chosen a less splitty yarn. Okay, so I'm back to having 2 on my hook. All right, and now we're going to just repeat those same steps. So yarn over through the first one and then drop it off the end. Yarn over. Now you see, if I pull too much, it's going to come off. So just be careful not to unravel that. So yarn over through the second one and then pop it back on. Okay, yarn over through the first one, drop the first one off, yarn over through the second one, and then pop, right, you see, here, all I've really got to do to save it is just give it a bit of a pull. Okay, so don't panic if it starts to look like it's disappearing. Okay, what you will find is that when you start, because it's new and we're worried about that one unraveling, you're likely to have quite a loose tension. As you get better and more confident, your tension will tighten up and your cord will tighten up. So what I would recommend is if you're going to do an I-cord for anything, have a go and then start again once you've kind of got a firm tension. That way you don't have an I-cord that gets thinner as you progress. So yarn over through the first loop, drop that one off the hook, yarn over, see, there it goes again, just give it a pull, through there, and then pop that one back on. If you're really worried, you could use a stitch marker. It's just going to slow you down a lot. So whenever you want to drop this one off, you can just stick a stitch marker in it so you know you're definitely not going to lose it. But the reality is, it's not a massive amount to unravel if I do lose it. Okay, so off the end, through the second one, and then pop it back on the hook. Okay, so what you're getting is basically like a 3-dimensional cord. So you can use it, like I say, mine's for a drawstring. I'm just going to show you. Here's one I started earlier in a thicker yarn. You can see the stitch definition a little bit better in it. That's why I'm showing you this one. All right, so yeah, you can use it anything that requires a string. So you could use it for if you want like a cord for your glasses. It wouldn't make a very good sort of handbag strap because there's not going to really be enough strength in it, and it will stretch, I think, when you're putting your weight in the bag. Also, it wouldn't be very comfortable because it's not very wide. But anything where you need a thin kind of cord, drawstring, sort of round up the edge of a hoodie, anything like that, like I say, mine's going to be for the waistband of a skirt so it doesn't fall down, then I-cord is the way to go. So it's always yarn over and through the first loop, just the first loop, and then drop that off the end, and then yarn over through the second loop, and then pop your first loop back on the hook. And that is how you crochet an I-cord.